Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new video, and this time I want to talk about the Games Workshop, the middle term finance review that they just share the document. And I just want to go through the document, some points of the document that I just has highlight here, and just share with you how Games Workshop is doing. Now it's 1 year and a half after the launch of Age of Sigmar, and of course we want to see if the change of dynamics in Games Workshop is making it's improving the performance of the company. Just a background, in the previous years, Games Workshop was declining in business size, and Games Workshop was losing volume of sales. So really, Games Workshop was shrinking in terms of market. So let's see how Games Workshop is doing in this middle term. Of course, this is just the middle term and results, and then we have to wait until July when they close the fiscal year to see how the full year have done. 2016 was not wonderful, was not a disaster, but was showing a flat business still. So yeah, now I want to share with you the numbers for it is from 10th of January 2017. So if we see the comparison, here we see the data or the values that they give, the revenue really have a big improvement from 55 million of pounds to 70 million of pounds. So this means an increase of about, I would say, 30%, 40%. 26 is about yeah, it's about 30% more or less. It's an increase of 15 over, yeah, it will be, it's around 30% increase in revenue. Then we have what is called the revenue constant. So we'll see that a constant, the increase is less. And most likely this is because the euro have the exchange of the euro have increased after the Brexit, and this makes that the sales in Europe is we say the pound have dropped respect the euro and the dollar, so the sales in maybe this are helping the sales out of UK. But anyway, a good year because there is also constant currency. There is an increase of business. Another thing that is important is the operating profit. This is the real profit, and the operating profit also have been double. So this means that this is really a great news because it means that they have really increased the operating profit, and the cash also have increased, is also double than what they did the last year. Other important point, maybe it's not important for you, but also the shares are improving. So this means that this first half of the year have been really very strong from compared to 2015. So I also like to highlight what is the notes from the CEO of the Games Workshop, and just as a highlight, we see here that they are sorry, they're very pleased with the sales and the profit growth in the period across all the channels. So this means that they are improving they say that they are improving in all the channels. One of the key measures of performance is the return of capital, and during this period on the capital grew 36%. What is uh, grew from 36% from November 2015 and 40%. So really is increasing from previous years. So it means that the company is making profit and is increasing the capital. It's important to have capital, and it's important to have cash. The cash is the money you need to reinvest in the business and to be able to keep the business rolling. Uh, Also, I wanted to look the data and be careful because the year 29th May, this is the close of the fiscal year, so this is a full year. So if you see, most likely November is normally half of the track. So if this is really the case, we see that really they are very strong compared to the last year. Uh, Last year the total was 118 million pounds, and they are now in 70. So if they continue with this ratio, normally the second half is even a little bit stronger. So I guess they expect to reach now 140 between 140 and 150 pounds of total revenue. We see that the if we look where the how the different businesses doing, so the trade is the independent shops, the shops that are not games workshops, so is what they sell through the channels through other retail shops, and we see that the business have growth there quite importantly. Also have important growth on retail, that is the Games Workshop stores, and the mail order have increased, but not that much. So it's not the main driver of the increase of the improvement. So really the improvement are the sales at shop level. So this means that they are improving now at our stores. It's also interesting to see how they do by regions, and we see that in Europe they are growing. It's curious now they put UK. Yeah, we see there also UK is UK. The trade in trade UK and continental Europe is together, but in retail is separated. So if we look at the trade, that is that independent shops, the ones that are not Games Workshop, we see that they have increased the revenue in Europe, in North America, in Australia, in Asia, and then in non-core trade. So this is normally non-core trade. Normally, I don't know what they put, because normally non-core is the, how it's called this, the royalties and other things that they do that is not really core. The magazine is also on non-core, by the way. So you see that they have really increase, and we're talking about increase of 25% of revenue in trade in Europe and in North America, more or less, compared to the previous year. Uh, in retail, there is also big improvement, and there is improvement in all the different regions where they play, and the mail orders say there is a little bit of improvement. Uh, they say that on the non-core trade, I think there is on non-core they have the white dwarf, and is one of the drivers of the improvement of the non-core as well. When I was reading the document, so really this means that, and unfortunately they never split by games, so we don't know how Age of Sigmar is doing compared to Warhammer 40k. But remember, this is the numbers from June to December, more or less. So what Games Workshop have launched during this period is uh, the general handbook for Age of Sigmar. I think this maybe was helping, and then they have launched the Thousand Sons. They have launched the Traitor Legions. They launched the Death Watch. They launched the Genestealer Cult. So there is also very important launches in all this period, and I think this is showing that they are improving. And on top, I think the big engagement, or the engagement that No Games Workshop is doing with the community is also being fruitful. So really, the change of direction they've done on the last year, on the last half year, it's giving a better improvement, and is showing also in the finance point of view. The other thing I wanted to look is to, and yeah, most likely for us is not important the shares, but I wanted to know how the shares is doing. Why the shares? Why? Because if the shares are going well, means that they will have investment, and the investors see the company as healthy. Okay, be careful because the scale will change when the scale is changing automatically. But you see, in the last month, there is a quite steady growth of the share value. Okay, this drop is of 0.44% is the drop of today. So since today someone have sold a big amount of shares. This is the evolution of the last year. And for me, what is interesting, in July, there is really a change of trend. And what is incredible is December. December have performed really well for Games Workshop. I will say what is this? From here to here is more or less 66% or 70% of the growth have been done in the last month, being flat almost the full year and declining especially on 2016. So really the last uh, or the investors are seeing that the Games Workshop is improving a lot and is giving confidence because the shares are going up. And this is also for me quite significant. So this is the average. This is the how the shares have changed in the last 5 years. Okay, and you see that from 2014, when they have the big, in 2014 is when they start having the big shrink on the business, when they start dropping business, they have a big drop. They did not recover totally, and then they were like flat and fluctuating. But no, they have a big slope. So the big drop they have on 2014, it's no reverse on a big growth on 2000 or end of 2016, I will say. So really, it seems that from shares point of view, uh, Gainsborough should be giving more confidence to the stakeholders, and this means that the people know it's seen more as a more robust company. So overall, what I want to see is, I think it's quite optimistic. I think we cannot negate that the numbers have improved a lot. Uh, I don't think, as was rumored, Age of Sigmar is killing Games Workshop. I want to see what they will bring to us. I think it's Games Workshop keeps with the uh, change they did. So with engagement with the community, with all these launches, keeping these small games and attacking or going into multi-channels, into different channels, and like these initiation boxes, and combining these super good deals with I think especially the good deals is one of the things that have improved a lot the sales of Games Workshop. Let's see if this is sustainable and if they can sustain this for a long period of time. But if they increase the cash, they can inject this cash to keep the growth, and they can. It's like. Uh, it's a little bit like a machine, no? The cash is the fuel for the company. If you start getting out of cash, then you cannot invest in new products. So really, it's really important the cash is flowing, and yeah, and I think Games Workshop is have done a big improvement from game point of view. I think of with the community, so they have improved a lot with the community in communication, in being in the social media, and also is improving a lot in the finance point of view. So I think it's being a win-win period for Games Workshop and for the people that we play the games of Games Workshop. We never had the amount of different options that we have today in the market before, and all the different miniatures. And I think that all these initiatives, like the once last chance, or the one day recover all miniatures for 1 week, I think all these things are really giving good sales, and is making that the community is more engaged with the company. And that's all what I wanted to share. I think it's very positive news what we see here. And yeah, please leave a comment below. Let me know what do you think. Give your opinion. Very interested in know what do you think about these numbers and what this trend on Game Workshop. How do you see the performance of Game Workshop? And if you are surprised or not with the finance report that we have received. I will put in the link below the link to the finance. Where is the finance report from Games Workshop? And that's all for now. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.